With the current hype surrounding RLCS-X and its open qualifier bracket, I've been on the threes grind with my teammates, and so, for the first time, I'll be trying my hand at truly competing in Rocket League. Oh wait, no I won't, because I didn't realise I hadn't registered my team into the first regional. What an idiot. So seeing as my plan for the week has hastily flushed itself down the loo, I figured what better way to spend my time than helping you all reach them ranks you might have previously thought impossible. Today I'm going to be covering 3 incredibly key components by breaking them down and going over each one in depth to show you how simple it is to play Rocket League correctly. These 3 components are speed, awareness, and decision making. Now the thing that ties these all together is consistency, and as much as I could sit here and sell you a lie, the truth is, you will only become more consistent the more you play, and the more you actively practice some of these key values. You may have noticed there is no mention of mechanics thus far, and that's because this video applies to literally every rank, from Bronze 1 all the way up to High Grand Champion, whereas a lot of mechanics require certain degrees of skill that will only start to come once you're comfortable with the basics. I will however be touching on a few mechanics throughout the video, but it won't be my key focus. So let's take a look at the first of said values. It's pretty self-explanatory that being faster on the pitch is inevitably going to benefit you. But how does one explain what it means to be faster? There are some of the obvious answers, such as using boost, flipping to build up speed, fast aerials, etc, etc. But how do we maintain high speeds when we have no boost, momentum, or you know, the classic being bumped the entire length of the field to rotate into position? This is where recovery and momentum come into play, from the grid I showed earlier. There are many ways to build up momentum, but how do you maintain it when the odds are stacked against you? Well, there's a handful of simple yet extremely effective moves and mechanics which can help us with this, so let's take a closer look at them. If I had £1 for every time I've seen someone smash into the wall face first after challenging the ball, I'd be a few grand richer for sure. But by doing this, you're literally destroying whatever momentum you could have easily saved. By air rolling or steering your car to allow yourself to land on the wall with your wheels, preferably somewhat down facing unless you're continuing to chase the ball up high. In this split second phase, you're giving yourself an immediate chance to recover, and regardless of whether you're going to rotate out into another position, challenge the ball again, grab boost or something entirely different, you're keeping your momentum by doing this. Power sliding is your key to retaining momentum on the pitch. If you slam on the handbrake just as you land in a situation where you know you're going to be struggling to recover, you'll find yourself immediately drifting. By simply performing one press of a button, you're giving yourself that brief moment of respite, in which you can flip or wave dash out of it to immediately find yourself heading in the direction you wanted to be travelling, whilst quickly picking up that speed you would have otherwise lost. And speaking of wave dashing, this one really doesn't apply to a lot of players under a certain level, but it's definitely something to take in for when you are able to wave dash consistently. This is the single best mechanic to force yourself to become supersonic the fastest, when out of or very low on boost. This is a simple one, but performing flips without any boost can make you supersonic very quickly. Before wave dashing was popularised, flipping was the go-to mechanic to build up momentum and is still used to this day by every high level player. This last one is more of a general tip than a move or mechanic, but I'm pretty sure a lot of people, especially at lower ranks, aren't actually aware of this. If you're supersonic and travelling in a straight line or with extremely wide curvature, you will remain supersonic without needing to press boost, meaning your boost management will be greater by doing this whilst obviously maintaining high speeds. So now that you all know some of the key methods to recovering in order to maintain momentum that can be used by all levels of player from the lowly bronze all the way up to pro level, and by learning and mastering the art of speed in Rocket League, you'll no doubt be finding yourself manoeuvring around the arena with ease and feeling on cloud 9. No, not that cloud 9. Awareness is truly something that will come over time the more you play. But even then, a lot of people find themselves focusing on things they shouldn't, or they simply struggle to focus on everything going on around them once they're playing at a level they feel uncomfortable with, as the speed of play is too fast for them to keep up with. Rocket League at its core is a 3v3 game, not to mention it has the most going on with 2+ extra players in the lobby compared to other ranked playlists. So let's talk about your awareness. I'm giving you a few seconds to look at this still, and I want you to tell me down in the comments how many things you're aware of and would be taken in whilst simply rotating back as I was. Right, are we ready? In threes there are obviously 6 players in the arena, which means you have to be aware of the location or positioning of all 6 players at all times, yourself included. You have to be aware of where the ball is at all times. You have to try to be aware of who has boost, how much they have, and where they picked it up from, along with who doesn't have any at all, again, including yourself. You have to be aware of who is rotating in or out on both teams. You have to be aware of what boost is near you to pick up quickly when you need some. You have to be aware of the game clock and match score. You have to be able to read the play of the game. You have to be able to read the speed of the game. You have to be able to read your opponent's playstyles and adapt to counter that. You have to be able to mesh with your teammates on the field and through communication. Well, that's a deeper subject, as communication with your teammates, more often than not, is actually done by your in-game actions. You have to be able to react and adapt to anything and everything that can happen at any given time within those 4 walls. You have to be able to detect out of everything you're looking at on the field, which is of utmost importance situationally. And not only that, but all of the above needs to be done whilst consistently pushing yourself to play faster and better mechanically. But as intimidating as that may seem, don't stress, because I'm here to guide you through it. I'm going to be showing you how your brain needs to be working in order to get the most out of your awareness by way of your positioning and vision on the field. This is a 1650 MMR GC lobby, or in other terms 15 to 20 wins above the Champ 3 Grand Champ threshold. This clip starts with me rotating back as one of my teammates pushes forward. Our opponents get a nice infield pass which leads to a poor shot, so I make the easy save. I then follow up my own clearance and continue to apply pressure. Next I push across their goal looking for the back right boost and potentially a bump or demo on the 3rd man. I rotate out to mid and slot into our own 3rd man position. Shortly after I cut off their clearance and continue to push forward to apply some pressure, again stealing their back left boost this time, and look for another potential bump at the back post. After half rotating out to grab mid boost, I find myself in the perfect position to keep the pressure up by pouncing onto a free ball and passing it forward to my teammate, who then assists our other teammate in scoring. It's okay me sitting here pointing everything out to you that I did in this clip, but the question still begs, how do I know what I need to do once I see everything? Well, this is where decision making comes into play. Let's take a look at the same clip again, but slowed down this time, as this is where everything that I've mentioned thus far all begins to tie together. Speed, awareness, and now decision making become apparent throughout these 30 seconds of play. So I'll be talking you through every single one of my actions and why, when and how I performed them. I clear the ball, and seeing that I have way more momentum than my opponents, and also seeing that I've gone past my teammate in goal, I quickly attack the ball again into a position where I can make myself appear to be chasing in order to panic the opposing defence. Only just past their goal, I'm already supersonic again just because of my recovery after landing, even though I had 0 boost. Whilst doing this, I'm already switching between ball cam and free cam, so I'm able to locate the boost, their 3rd man, and most importantly keep track of the ball and players I left over on the other side of the pitch. After stealing their boost, I quickly see that we still have high pressure and only rotate to the halfway line. I sneak forward, but as soon as I smell a chance of a potential counter attack, I quickly adjust my car into a position to defend the only place the opponent can play the ball to, and I instantly defuse the situation. Again I attack the ball, beating their player, and immediately push up to chase and apply pressure, as I know their last man is boost starved, having seen him miss his own back boost and rotate back with 0 momentum. I pretty much repeat my earlier rotation, but this time going straight for mid boost rather than going for their own back boost. As it's the safer players, when I switch to free cam, I'm not 100% sure of whether it's a safe play to steal their back right boost this time. Unsure of who's going to win the 50-50 in front of their goal, I turn into midfield, but as soon as I see the ball ping out to my side, I react as quickly and precisely as possible to keep the pressure in their half by passing it to my teammate, who has stolen their boost in front of me. Their goalkeeper, now playing nervously as he's the same player we've been boost starving for the past 15 to 20 seconds, panics and jumps expecting a direct shot, and finally my teammate then lays off a lovely pass into the middle for the easy tap-in. Decision making in Rocket League isn't something you can take your time with. It has to be constant snap decisions throughout the entire course of the game in real time. You could be watching this thinking I'm absolutely waffling out of my rear end, but the footage is there for all to see. I'm simply trying to open your mind to how you should be playing Rocket League. You don't need to be the greatest player in the world mechanically to achieve greatness in the game, and I know this firsthand as I have over 5,000 hours and my mechanics are pretty average for my MMR. It's literally my game sense that has taken me this far, and without it you won't have much luck progressing even if you can freestyle at 200 hours. In the beginning I said that everything leads to consistency, which is true because everything in the game always comes back to consistency if you want to keep progressing. But how do you train your brain to be more consistently aware and make the correct decisions? How do you train yourself to start to implement things into your arsenal that allow you to recover faster and keep your momentum, improving your overall speed until it eventually becomes muscle memory? Well, the answer is simple. You have to open Rocket League with the mindset of wanting to improve. If you go into a game with the mindset of being more aware of what's going on, if you load up free play with the mindset of wanting to improve your speed rather than just going for flip resets, if you're playing ranked with the active mindset of making as fewer incorrect decisions as possible, and you do all of this time and time again, then all of what I've told you today will become second nature and you'll see vast improvements in your gameplay, which will inevitably make you see even greater improvements in your rank. I would sincerely love to see some of you guys try this out for yourself and keep me updated over time as you see the improvements I've mentioned. The best way to keep me updated is by joining my Discord server where I'm most active. Be on the lookout for more content like this as I have a genuine passion for wanting to help you guys as much as possible. But for now, that's it for this one, and I'll catch you in the next video. Ciao!